Many people find they get stiffness in their hips. It's often a symptom of spending too much time sitting down. But hips can suffer as we age, and if you've had an injury or surgery such as a hip replacement, it can be a really good idea to work on improving your leg coordination. I'm Pete Robinson from movementandposture.com. I'm an Alexander Technique teacher, and I release new videos each Sunday based on questions that I receive from my Alexander Technique students or from comments on my YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning more about improving your posture, movements and performance, then subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell. In this video, I'm going to guide you through a really simple procedure that's great for correcting problems in leg coordination and also unlocking stiffness in the hip. Don't worry, it's not a stretch or a physical exercise, so it's completely safe. First, I'll quickly explain what we're going to try to achieve, and then I'll guide you through the procedure. We're going to re-establish the natural way that our legs are designed to move. Our legs are designed to transmit the weight of our body into the ground whilst maintaining mobility. This is achieved by a coordination between the three joints of the leg, the hip, the knee and the ankle. Put simply, in a well-coordinated leg, movements happen in a way that doesn't cause shortening or compression. This means that as our legs move, the knee releases away from the hip and the ankle releases away from the knee, maintaining the length of the leg. You can clearly see this coordination in animals too. If you watch the way that this horse moves, you can clearly see that the length is maintained in its legs. Generally, if a movement is happening in this coordinated, lengthening way, it will look graceful. When we develop habits of moving in a way that causes shortening, it can look quite clumsy. Sometimes this type of movement can be the result of recovering from an injury or surgery where we're trying to protect the injured leg, and we develop a limp. And often the limp will become a habit in the way that we move and will continue long after the initial injury is healed. So, let's work on improving the coordination of the leg. Stand in balance with your feet under your hip joints. We're going to be standing on one leg in a moment, so if you're worried about your balance, then have something you can hold on to. A door frame is a really good choice because you can put your hand at a height that's comfortable for you. In a minute, we're going to be raising our right leg, but we'll be using the Alexander technique to make sure that we don't move in a habitual way, but allowing a more natural movement to happen. Before we move the right leg, we need to empty it. Slowly take your head, neck and back up and over the left foot until all your weight is releasing through the left foot and the right leg is empty. Make sure that as you move to the side, you aren't tensing up or losing alignment by allowing the hip to swing outwards. If you notice anything going wrong, then stop and start again. Once you are freely balanced over the left foot, you may notice that the right knee has automatically released forward slightly. Don't be in any hurry to move the right leg off the ground. First, make the decision to keep releasing the weight of your head and body down through the left leg and to not stiffen up. Next, bring your attention to your right knee and very clearly think of it releasing forwards away from your hip joint. Don't actually do anything, but send the instruction to the knee. In Alexander technique, we call this sending a direction. Maintaining the decision to keep releasing your weight, not stiffen up, and to let the knee release forwards and away from the hip. Slowly let the right knee start to move forwards, making sure that you're not stiffening or allowing the hip to be dragged forwards by the movement. Again, if you feel that you're stiffening up, then stop and restart. We're working on preventing any habits we may have of interfering with the leg coordination. It's important that you pay attention to the whole of yourself so that you can catch the habits just as they start. If all is going well, your heel should peel off the floor and then your toes. Think of the knee releasing forwards and the hips and ankles releasing back so that you're allowing length in the upper and lower leg. Make sure that you're not lifting the leg up or tilting your pelvis. The only movement is the knee going forwards away from the ankle and the hip, and the upward movement is a result of this forward direction. Only take the movement as far as you're comfortable, and when you're ready, let the leg slowly release back down to the ground, keeping the length in the leg, staying in balance and refusing to stiffen up anywhere. The goal is to discover a more coordinated way of moving, not to get the leg as high as possible. But if you're happy that you're keeping well coordinated and balanced, you can continue to raise the leg by sending the knee away from the hips. Just be careful not to compress and crunch down in your abdominal muscles or stiffen up anywhere. If that happens, then stop and start again. Once the leg is back on the ground, slowly recenter yourself so that you are equally balanced across each foot, and then we'll repeat the process on the other leg. Slowly take your weight over your right foot whilst keeping aware of your whole self and not losing your alignment. When the left leg is empty, direct the knee forwards, away from the hip and ankle, but without moving it. If you're able to maintain your balance and freedom, slowly send the knee forwards, let the heel peel off the ground, then the toes. Take your knee only as high as you feel comfortable. Again, if you tighten up, lose balance, or lose awareness of yourself, stop and start again. When you're ready, slowly let the foot release back down to the ground. Once the foot is back where it started, slowly take your weight back over it until you are equally balanced between the 2 feet. If you find this challenging, then great, you've discovered something that you can work on that will fundamentally improve the way that you use your legs. Don't worry though, with a bit of careful practice, you'll be able to make rapid improvement. The more attention you bring to the movement, the quicker you'll be able to re-establish the natural coordination and release any excess tension. You may find it useful to use one of the guided talk-throughs on this channel, in addition to this video, to speed up the process of developing your awareness and ability to think in this way. So I'll link to a playlist of those above now. Also, if you get the chance to take lessons with a qualified Alexander Technique teacher, then give it a try, as making these types of changes is so much easier with someone there to guide you. I hope you found this useful. If you did, hit the like button so I know. As always, leave comments and questions below and I'll get straight back to you. And don't forget to request any topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. Bye for now.